Welcome back to Fantasy Forever Revisions. We're about to take on the boss of Whirlpool. Let's just save our game and head right through here behind the waterfalls. Here's Captain Rhine, but uh-oh, here comes the monster that's been threatening him.
I'm not liking the looks of this.
Behold the boss of Whirlpool, the Kraken. Yeah, what you want to do is take out the two little jellyfish first. The Kraken has the ability to blind you, but because we have the vision glasses, at the very least Ren should be immune from blindness. Now the Kraken is a bit tougher than the webworm, but he's not like... I'd say he's easier than the sharks, just because the sharks, you only had 3 members in a party, and they came one immediately after another, so if you're ill-prepared, the sharks are a lot tougher than the Kraken. But the Kraken can hit pretty hard too, so you just gotta watch yourself. Alright, but we definitely want to take care of the jellyfish first. That way we don't have too many things hitting us at the same time. So, let's see here. Let's do fireballs, that way we can hit both. And I mean, that should already take care of the jellyfish. And our focus will just be on the Kraken itself. You can steal a nymph hat from the Kraken with Trixie's steal ability. And that's nice because a nymph hat will give you some nice defense for Sarah. And though Zack doesn't need defense that much, Sarah could always use it because she's very good with magical stuff, so her defense, it's very typical for the wizard to have very low defense, is what I'm trying to get at here. Alright, with both jellyfish down, we just have the Kraken to take care of, but once he reaches a little less than half HP, he'll do this water spell that can do a lot of damage to, I believe, 2 members of it. It hits 2 targets, I believe. I originally had it hit everyone, but I figured that was a little OP, so I toned it down and just had it hit 2 people. That way, it's not like you're fighting the boss and all of a sudden he one-hit KOs the entire party. So I made it to where it's still powerful, but it only hits 2 characters. And I'm going to lower his defense with Break, and you can stack Break, and this is actually the best strategy I have for boss battles and enemies with high defense. Just stack defense breaks or strength breaks, and you can basically whittle down their health to nothing. It makes things a lot easier. You don't have to, but it's just so you do more damage and makes the battles go quicker. Otherwise, you can just stick to other tactics. There's a multitude of tactics you can use for most of the boss battles. There's not really just one size fits all when it comes to the boss fights. You can poison the Kraken, you can watch the Kraken beat the living shit out of Ren. Oh my goodness, let's revive him. Yeah, because it has so many tentacles, I gave it the idea of having multiple attacks to basically symbolize that it's smacking you with each of its tentacles. And I mean, there you go, it's dead already. Thus falls the foul beast, the Kraken. Wow, we beat it so quickly it didn't use its water spell. Instead, it just kept whipping us with its tentacles.
Captain Rhine, are you alright?
Alright, well, with the Kraken dead, Captain Rhine is saved, and he gives us another one of those journals that we saw from earlier. This is a follow-up to the journal that we found in Mosswood. And it helps piece together a little side story and the main plot, basically. It kind of like brings it all full circle towards the end of the game. So yeah, it this journal mentions the Golden Wing, and Zack knows exactly what that means. So he knows that, okay, it's time for us to go to Falconair, which is where he was headed in the first place, but he had a couple detours.
There's a cavern in Whirlpool that leads to Falconair.
Then we must waste no time. Do you remember where
Alright, so we gotta head back a little ways and find a cracked wall to bomb, and that leads us further into the Caverns of Whirlpool, which leads to the exit that connects to Falconair.
There should be an entrance to the...
Alright, whoops, didn't mean to hit that so many times. Okay, so... let's... Oop, uh-oh. Already in combat. How's our stats? Not too bad, but we can escape. There we go, a mana pill. Those are always nice to have. Especially for Zack, because he pumps through MP like you wouldn't believe, so definitely save the mana pills for him. Because Sarah has a fair amount of MP, and she doesn't burn through it nearly as quick. but with Zack, just a couple sword spells and you're down to like 1 MP. Which is good because otherwise you're using the sword spells all the time, just burning through enemies. So there is a balance, there's a bit of strategy. You can't just spam the same attack. I wanted to make sure like that was as impossible as it could be. Because I don't want people just using 1 spell throughout the entire game. That's no fun. Even though there are a couple spells that you can use reliably that'll get the job done. Fireballs is one of them. Speak of the devil, Zack is already low on MP. Ah well, we'll let everyone else pick up the slack. We only got some piranhas and a giant claw, they're not that tough. Piranhas are only nasty in large groups. And giant claws, we already dealt with them before. The only thing you have to worry about them is their water blast. And look, we can even poison them. That'll make the battle go quicker. Uh-oh. Sarah's getting a little low on MP as well. I'm not sure why I decided to skip the save statue. I guess I purposely want to make things harder on myself. Fair enough. Alright, let's get to that cracked wall. Alright, Nymphet. Here we go.
Blockade that Rhine was talking.
Bomb this, and off we go to the caverns. Now, the caverns have 2 new enemies that are not found in the rest of Whirlpool. They're not too tricky, though. These aren't any of them. These are still the merman and the giant claw. So don't worry about them, even though I'm seeing spamming a bubble blast all of a sudden. Alrighty. No problem. Yeah, please, shut up. I'll let that out. Now, watch this. I stun the claw, so the claw can't touch me. It can't touch me. Ha ha ha. So now I can lay waste to it without it hurting me. I only have to worry about the mermen. See? And their regular attacks are, like, nothing special. Look, they even hit Zack twice, and he was in the yellow, and he's still in the yellow, so... No problem there, but we're still gonna heal. Because there's a couple enemies coming up that, if we're low on health, they might one-shot us. So, heal Zack. There you go, old buddy, old pal. What can I steal? Oh, revival. Always nice. Yeah, if you ever have nothing to do and you're like, what can I have Trixie do? I don't want to waste too much MP. Use a steal, you'll be surprised what you can get. Steal is the best way to get mana pills outside of chess. There we go. And Sarah is flat out of MP. I could have planned this a little better. But it's alright. Just gonna burn through these guys. There we go. That takes care of them. Oh, we're so close to reaching level 8. La da da dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. Come on, there we go. Dang it! I want to show off the new enemies. That's the thing about recording your own games and stuff. Sometimes the stuff you want to show doesn't show up. And I don't want to be running in circles just constantly doing battle after battle. Oh, here's one. Remember the sharks from earlier? Yeah, you'll get a couple that come into regular battles now. They're not nearly as bad when they're just alone or by twos, though, so you'll be fine. They still know the same abilities, and they still hurt, but you're not going to get walloped by them like you did in the mini-boss battle when you fought 8 of them. 2 sets of 4. And, yeah, instead of other sharks, we just got piranhas. And again, piranhas are kind of like the rats of Whirlpool. The burrowers, I believe, are their official names. Yeah, piranhas are the burrowers of Whirlpool. Yeah, piranhas are the burrowers of Wow. Piranhas are the burrowers of Whirlpool. For some reason, that really was a pain in the butt to say. And there we go. Already took care of the shock. Level 8. Yep, just got the triple attack. Oh, boys. Okay, right up here, we finally meet one of the main antagonists.
You have awakened at last, Draconist.
Yeah, he's gonna interfere with our progress at the end of
He
Whirlpool.
looks like a dragon.
That is the Dragon Elf.
Possible.
They are the other race that the war way back
Yet here I
when
stand before
the
you
game
all.
first began.
Much more
It was
threatening
between
when
the
I read
elves,
pages
the
of
children.
history. Wouldn't
Hold
you agree?
Oh.
As always,
Like
the pitch is
the denizens of
dark,
Falconair and the
those
children of
who
Draconica.
fight
That's
from
it.
the
So a
dogs.
Dragon Elf is
Why
a
not come over
child
here and
child
say
of
that?
Draconica.
The bite of my
And
axe
this is Marcus, and he's voiced by Phil Cossico.
So be it.
And yeah, this is a battle that you can't win. And he's going to
Aeons since I've been
demonstrate
abused by
some
the
very
Draconist.
nasty spells.
Don't disappoint
So don't waste any items, just plow through and witness his power, as it were. Yeah, he'll hit pretty damn hard. One of these you can't win battles. There's a couple of these in Fantasy Forever revisions. And I'm not gonna lie, in future RPGs, I try to keep them quick, only for like slight story purposes, not have them as many. Because they're really not that fun when you think about it. Like, they do a good job of showcasing how powerful the enemy is at this point, compared to when you fight them later on. But still, it's like, okay, I'm doing no damage, so now the battle's just gonna drag a bit, and it's like, okay, kill me please. I obviously can't win. And for some reason, he keeps doing the same spell. There we go. That one annihilates everyone. Trixie, you survived that. I'm impressed. Impressive, but futile. And there we go. He annihilated all of us.
How careless of you to waste
And
your
now he
lives.
reveals the importance of the Draconist,
If you want
which
to
is
fulfill the
what
duty
Sarah
of the
actually
Draconist,
is.
Then you are off to a poor start.
So he's going to reveal a little bit of Sarah's importance
What are you talking
and why he can't
Rune
exactly
bearer you
kill
have
her,
riding the
because
ground in pain.
she can draw magic energy out of
She is
objects,
capable of drawing magic energy
in
out of
particular
objects.
runes, which is what he wants. See, both the denizens of Falconair and the children of Draconica were both capable of using rune magic, but Arcalius
A pity,
um,
really, I believe there is
sealed them
use of
off from that ability. So Sarah is what is called a Draconist, and I'll reveal later specifically what a Draconist is, but basically it's a way to counteract Arcalius' seal.
If you value
And
your
Marcus
lives, then listen
finds her
closely.
very valuable,
Beyond this
and he
door is
wants
the
her to
outer
collect all the
rune
runes, and he wants to keep track of her.
The entity within
And
the
he
rune
has his own
will
reasons
between
why
us
no one
and
else
the
can get
element
involved, so he lets them go around on their hunt for the runes
itself.
as
That's a Draconist.
he continues his evil
Now,
plans.
I have a gift for your obedience.
And that's basically a good way of putting it. He gives her a rings to help track
With
all the
that ring, you
runes,
will be able to track down
so
the
she knows where to
locations of
go.
the
It's kind of like a
runes.
compass.
I will be watching you, so
But
be sure to stay
he also
on task.
mentions that he'll be watching their progress
Your
now and
objective
again.
is to retrieve the
So
three
there we go.
remaining runes.
Once we get the water rune, we just have
Fire
fire,
and spirit.
wind, and spirit
Stray too far
left.
from this task, and Talus will suffer a horrid
So yeah, he gives them one last threat and a reminder that they work for him now,
You have to harm
and
the
then he
citizens
heads
as
off.
well?
It was your own carelessness that endangered your life, boy. As for the civilians, every drop of the Falcon bloodline is needed to ensure success.
So, you're sparing our lives even though you have beaten us?
And he also drops a hint that he is working for someone as well. So there is a higher up. So it's not really his call to keep them alive, but someone else's. And we'll find that out later. For now, here we are at the Rune of Water. And once we gain this rune, we will call it apart. Again, just like the original, from now on, every time you get a rune, Sarah immediately learns her spell, and Zack immediately learns his sword art spell as well. Just so she's not constantly being like, here, Zach, let me enhance this. No, you just learn them. And there we go. Now we can head to Falconair. And this is where a lot of plot happens. So we will save that for the next part. See you guys then.